So this 67 Fastback, she's in rough shape. This is a good starting point here. It came up from California, but it's worth fixing. So what we want to do with this car is get it power washed, get it cleaned up as much as possible, go around, take a bunch of photos of it, document everything we can. Note anything that's broken, or it's all broken, but we'll note anything that needs to be fixed or parts that need to be ordered. Get this car blown apart, bag and tag everything on it. We'll probably end up replacing everything, but just get it all cleaned up. Power wash it, blow it apart. We'll get it on a body cart and get it ready to take to Eugene. Metal works, and we'll dip it. Looks like these fenders are kind of on there. Somebody's been in here before, just starting to take it apart, so we just need to finish it. Sheet crusty, for sure.
This is Matt with Retro Rides. Today we're working on the 67 Fastback Mustang. We got this a couple months ago, middle of winter. Guy drove it up from California. We got a hold of it. First thing we did, take it to the dip. As you can tell, we are down to bare metal. Our next step was the engine bay, getting all the bits of rust, all the holes, all the factory placements that we no longer needed. They got welded up and smoothed over, trying to make the engine bay as quick and as clean as we can. As soon as the engine bay was done, we started moving towards the floorboards. As you can see, this is the Freddie Flintstone mod. There's quite a few holes in the floor. There used to be a seat riser that sat about here. That's already been removed. Took the old out, took the old floorboard out. Let me pop a couple of these and I'll show you an example. This is what the floor looked like. So as you can see, we cut out the old. We don't need it anymore. It's got a bunch of holes in it. You're not going to want it anyway. Cut it out. Kept the good metal. That way we had something stable to weld to. Rocker was kept. Torque box was kept. Frame for the tunnel was kept. The rear torque box was kept. And then we replaced the actual floorboard panels. And now we're currently in the process of getting that to fit. That way it's got bright, new, shiny floors. So definitely not a view that you see normally when you're looking at a car. Last time we left off, we were putting in the driver panel floorboard. We now have the driver floorboard in, we have the passenger floorboard in. We actually had to redo the toe board. That's now gone in, took out all the holes, all the Swiss cheese. You might be able to sneak past me here to see some of the firewall we have done. Goal there was to smooth over and get rid of all the unnecessary holes that were in there from the manufacturer. Those are all gone. This is all smooth, this is all cleaned out. Seat risers decided to go on top. We need to get the seats back to OEM height. They were not going to work just on the floorboard, so we had to bring them back up. And the two of these put everything back to stock height and stock configuration. So this is now completed from the inside, and we're going to take you around and show you the underside. And as long as everything goes according to plan, this is a side you should never see. We've touched up the frame rail, got rid of the blown out section from the previous power steering pump. All the seams have been confirmed to make sure that there is no sunlight. Next, we are going to fill with sealant, seam sealer, to make sure that no foreign material or liquids are going to get in here. And then as soon as that is completed, this will be completely sealed from the underside, and we'll be ready to continue or start body work. Panels have been made to replace old sections that could not be replaced normally or just had significant rust. I think we've got one in the wheel well, we've got one in the back tail, and you already know about the floorboards. We also touched up some of the engine bay. A lot of the holes were filled. You saw that earlier. This is just a different view to be able to see it. This is going to be a continuation of the 67 Mustang project. You previously saw that we were working on the floorboards. This is kind of our end result. This is where we'll be before doing underbody, and we're looking good.